Guys, it's John Carter for Primal Performance Coaching. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Strength Weekly, the YouTube edition. I'll still be posting these onto Instagram, at least a brief introduction, but if you want to see the whole thing, head over to my YouTube channel. You can subscribe to it. I'll link it in the Instagram post, and if this is on YouTube, just disregard that. So, welcome. So, Strength Weekly is a kind of a segment where I talk about shit relating to strength training. I also do a nutrition talk, and that's a little bit different. So this week I actually want to talk about something I've talked about before in my Instagram, but now that I've been doing my podcast, another plug, if you like listening to podcasts, I actually have a great podcast where I talk to a lot of powerlifters, strength coaches, I even talk to some financial people. I basically cover a whole host of shit that if you're in the fitness industry, you would want to hear. So if you're a trainer or you're just interested in the fitness industry, go find it on Spotify. It's called Primal Performance Cast, and give it a follow and listen to some of the episodes. I'm sure you'll love it. So what we're going to talk about, and what's been brought up to me with a lot of powerlifting coaches especially, is longevity. Now, and a lot of these coaches are very experienced coaches and have been doing this for a long time, and I've done this for a long time, and I've noticed this as well, is longevity in the strength game is like the most important thing. If you can do this for 5 to 10 years, if you're willing to do this for 5 to 10 years, you're going to see incredible results. You know, even if you have the shit genetics, it's all about positivity, but you also have to have good coaching and learn to adapt. So if you have a growth mindset and you're willing to do this for a long time, you're going to see great results. Whether that's bodybuilding, powerlifting, Olympic weightlifting, just general strength training, your own physical physique. If you can do this for a long time, you can do it fairly well, even 80% of it. And that's the other thing that I've talked to about with these coaches is going 100% full tilt. They don't think that's the best approach, and I don't think it is either. After doing this for a long time, for as long as I have, I've found that my life is more enjoyable when I go 85, 90%. For 50% of the time, and the other percent I go 80, 75%. And what this does is allows me to consistently, that means I don't skip workouts, I get all my workouts in. I'm not saying I do 80, 70% of the work. I do all the work. I just don't go at an all-in mentality. I go 75, 80%. I'm there, I'm focused, I'm in the zone. But I'm not killing myself. And if I cut workout a little bit early, here and there, it's not a big deal. If I, train a little bit less intense, if I don't hit PRs of a training session, I don't give a fuck. Because long term, I know I'm going to get stronger anyways because I'm doing the work. I'm still training within about 80 to 90% of what I'm capable of. I know that's going to create physiological adaptations. Obviously, if I do that all the time, that's a different story. But I'm not. I cycle through. That's why I have those periods. And I might have 4 weeks where I go all in, 100%, balls to the walls, beast mode. And then I back it off. And I continually do that over years. And what will happen is you'll see amazing results that way. You won't get injured either. You'll be very less likely. And you're going to see way better progress. I actually think you probably see better progress because you're more relaxed and you're more able to focus. So when we talk about longevity, you want to look at it from a couple different standpoints. Psychological, your own life balance, if you have kids or you're starting to have a family. Also, you got to look at how much should it be a priority to you. If you're 40 and you're trying to be a world record powerlifter, I kind of think your priorities are a little bit warped. Even 35, I'd say that's kind of the tail end of it. After that, I think you should kind of get into other shit. So, that being said, longevity in the sport, very important. You have to take the time to pay your dues. You're going to train hard, but don't blast your face off. And know that this will take time. I've talked to 7 or 8 coaches in the past week on my podcast, and they're saying the same shit. I'm saying the same shit. And what I'm doing and what the plan is to do on these episodes and the podcast of it is bring the real information to people. Show people don't fucking talk all this fancy bullshit, be oh, buy my fucking program, do this, do that, what I say is the best. No. I say do what's best for you and do what feels right, but listen to coaches, especially if you don't have any experience, take some time, hire a coach, do it for a while. If you still like working with them, you feel like you're getting great results, keep doing it, right? If you feel like you want to do it on your own, that's cool too. And just focus on building those blocks up. Focus on the longevity. Focus on taking the time. if you want to be an elite lifter, you want to be an elite bodybuilder, with the way the sports are going now, with the strength sports are going on, you actually have to be pretty well committed. You have to be pretty good, even if you have good genetics. You know, and if you have great genetics, you'll know, because these are sports where, because they're so simple, genetics play a big role in like just shooting you up. But you'll know. And if it's been 2 years and you haven't reached that freakish level, then I'm sorry, you're not one of them. You might have good genetics, but you might not be that freakish. Like me, I have good genetics, but I don't have great genetics. I couldn't bench for shit, but I could squat a house. And it took me a very long time to learn how to bench. And as my approach has shifted to this approach, I found I've gotten amazing results in training. Not so much my strength, but my physique. So, like I said, focus on longevity. People focus too much on the short game. Strength training, aesthetics, and all that stuff is a very long game. People will come to me, they do one transformation. Oh, I didn't look as great as I wanted. Well, you know, you gotta put on some muscle. Oh, you know, I'm too afraid to gain fat. And then, you know, they don't get the results that they want in that lead up, and then they don't look that great. So it's a long-term approach for everything. So just keep that in mind, guys. I hope that helps someone. I hope that kind of brings some value to people. I'm going to be doing more of this. If there's something you want to see, comment down below. Like and subscribe if you very much appreciate it. If you follow me on Instagram, give this a subscribe, because this is where I'm going to be putting out this. So if you like this type of content, come here.